Good morning. I'm so glad that you're with me this morning. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. It was a special weekend because it was Easter weekend, so I hope that you had a wonderful time either with your family or doing things, with your family or friends or at church or wherever that you were. And it was a glorious weekend for all of us. So I'm glad you're here today. My name is Marge Peterson. I'm with the Claybrook County Adult Literacy Council, and I teach these classes every Tuesday and Thursday mornings. And we do English for adults, okay? But I know that some people have had their children watch our videos also. So anyway, we're going to do idioms first, and then we're going to do grammar, and with the grammar is some pronunciation, because I used to do 3 different subject matters because we couldn't do writing very easily on a video. But anyway, I'm glad that you're with me this morning, and I hope you learned something. Okay, we have been taking idioms and learning them by categories, and the category that we're in right now is called feelings, emotions, and reactions. And today is the last day that we're going to do feelings, emotions, and reactions. We're going to have them next time, but it's going to be more of a review and kind of like a little quiz in a way. But today I have, I selected 25, and I'm going to review the 15 through 20, or 16 through 20 that we had last Thursday. And then I'm going to teach you the last 5 today, and then we will review all of them next time. But first of all, I want to do review the ones that we did on last Thursday, because I think that just teaching them one time and just learning them once doesn't give you a lot of say opportunity to check them over again and that sort of thing. So and I certainly hope that you write them down or that you watch the video a couple of times so that you can get them in your mind and use them, okay? Because all of these are very common. When I go through the list and I read them, if I've never heard of the idiom, I don't use it. If I've heard of it, but because of my age, I know that it was used a long time ago and not used very much now, I don't use it, okay? I try to use ones that are current. You may hear others or know others, but these are probably the most common ones. Go to pieces, okay? We had that last week. If you, to be so upset or distressed or upset is what it is, after a terrible shock or bad news that you cannot lead a normal life. Go to pieces. When we had ones that were, let's see, what was another one that we had that was similar to that? Something about being upset. I don't remember it now. But anyway, go to pieces is a little more severe than just being bent out of shape. That was one that we had, bent out of shape. Well, you can still do things, you're just kind of upset about something. But if you go to pieces, it's more severe. The shocking news or something that happened, that you cannot lead a normal life for a while, hopefully for a while, that you get back to normal eventually, but it takes a long time because you go to pieces, okay? Head over heels in love. Sometimes, and I was going to mention that today, but sometimes we just say, oh, she's head over heels over him. It means head over heels in love. If someone says, oh, I'm head over heels over that guy or something like that, that means to fall passionately in love with someone. And you don't always use head over heels in love. That's what it means. Sometimes you might just say, oh, she's head over heels, which means that she's in love, because we don't always say that last part. Change of heart, okay? It really means change your mind about something. If you have a change of heart, you're changing your attitudes or your feelings about something. So that, for example, if you say, well, oh, I don't really, I've never liked to go to the beach, okay? I don't like to go to the beach. And then maybe you've had some good experiences, you've had some fun experiences, you don't feel like it's a negative sort of thing, or that you like it more, well, you've had a change of heart. Your attitude or your feelings about going to the beach have changed. So if you have a change of heart, it doesn't really mean of heart, it means more of your mind, your attitude. But we say change of heart. Okay, this one, love me, love my dog. It could be love me, love my cat, or love me, love my car, or love me, love my job, it could be, or something. Love me, love my family, okay? And it means that, this expression means that if someone loves you, usually in a romantic sense, not just a friend, but they must love everything about you, including everything and everyone that you love. So that if you say, well, my dog is very important to me, or my cat is my best friend, or something like that. So love me, love my cat, or love me, love my dog. And that's what the meaning is that if you are going to love me, then you're going to have to love my cat, or my dog, or my car, or whatever, and everything and everyone that I love, you have to love, okay? So that's an expression, and you hear that. You don't always hear the word dog. Sometimes it's another something that's important to someone. Lump in your throat. If you feel, if you have a tight feeling in your throat because of a strong emotion, like maybe you're going to cry because of something is either very sad or if it's very touching, like or very, like sometimes you go to a wedding and you think it's so beautiful and you love everything that's happening to the bride and the groom, and you just feel all that emotion, but you don't want to cry. You may have a lump in your throat like you want to cry. Happiness, not sadness, but gratitude or just happiness about it. It means that you can't, it's just a tight feeling in your throat about that. So we had those 5 last week. Okay, today, whoops, I put 2 different things up here. Okay, today we're going to have the last 5 in feelings, emotions, and reaction. Oh, this was another one. Tear your hair out, or tear my hair out. Not literally, because tear, and this word is tear, not tear. Okay, the word, I'll put it up here so you can see it. They're both spelled the same way, but this is the verb. And as a verb, it's pronounced tear, tear. It rhymes with air. When you think about air, okay? This one is a noun. It's when you cry, you have a tear, okay? And I'll just put cry as and it's oh, I'm sorry. I'll put it rhymes with ear. It sounds like ear. So that when you see this word, T-E-A-R, make sure that you know the context. It's not tear your hair out. Tear, it's the verb, okay? Because they're spelled the same way. There's other words that are like that too. In fact, we're going to be doing one, not today, let's see. No, it is, no, it is next time. We're going to be doing one about read or read. They're the same word, but if it's a present tense, it's read, and if it's past tense, it's read. That has to do with 2 different tenses. This has to do, one is a verb and one is a noun. So if you say tear your hair out or tear my hair out, and the meaning is to be extremely agitated. If you don't know what that word means, agitated, that means like, how do I say, being upset about something. You can't be calm. If you ever, which maybe most of you don't, but there was an old type of washing machine, and the middle of it went around like this when you turned it on, and that was called an agitator, because it would not be still, and it would make all the clothes and the things in the washing machine move around. Okay, so if something is agitated, that means that you're not You're not calm. You're upset, or things are moving, or distressed. If you're distressed about something, it mostly has to do with agitated. If you say, oh, this writing assignment or this class is making me tear my hair out. When I say tear your hair out, it could be mine, or he's tearing his hair out at all the forms he has to fill out, or what he has to write, or something like that. So when it has an adjective, a pronoun, like your or his or something, most of the time it can be a different person. Okay, tear my hair out, tear your hair out, tear her hair out. Okay, it could be any kind of a pronoun there. To be extremely agitated or upset or distressed about something. Think the world of someone. It means to admire and respect someone very much. So if you think the world of your mother, for example, or if you think the world of your best friend, that means you really respect them and admire them, and you think the world of them. Okay, that's the idea, is that you think they're very, very wonderful. So if you admire and respect someone very much, you might say, I think the world of her, or I think the world of him. Okay, the next one. Do you see this word right here? It's pronounced tongue. Tongue. It's not tongue-goo or something like that. I don't know why. It's spelled really strange, like T-O-N-G-U-E. Tongue-tied. And notice how there's a hyphen in the middle. So we always use it together. Anytime there's a hyphen in the middle of something, or sometimes there's 3 words and there's a hyphen between each one. Like the word, if you have the word sister-in-law, okay, sister-in-law. You would never separate that because it has a meaning all by itself, okay? So that if there is a hyphen between, you always use, you wouldn't say my sister, you'd say my sister-in-law, because the in-law part shows that it's on your husband's side or your wife's side of the family. The in-law means there's marriage there. So it's not your own sister, your biological sister, your sister-in-law. We do the same thing with tongue-tied. We never say tongue just as it is, or tied as it is. But what tongue-tied means, and everybody knows, do you know what your tongue is? It's in your mouth, but that's your tongue, okay? So here's what tongue-tied is: to be so nervous or embarrassed that you have trouble or difficulty in expressing yourself, in talking, okay? So that if you think about it, your tongue, you can't tie your tongue, you know, but if your tongue is tied, you couldn't move it. Well, then you wouldn't be able to talk. That your tongue helps you talk. So if you're so nervous, and sometimes that happens, or embarrassed that you have trouble or difficulty in expressing yourself or talking, you might be tongue-tied, and that happens sometimes, especially like if someone has never taken a speech class. I'll give you a personal example. I thought I was afraid to talk in front of people many, many years ago, and one of the requirements for me to graduate from my university was to have a speech class, and I put it off and put it off and finally, right before my senior year, my last year there, I was taking mostly courses in my major and my minor, but I said, well, I have to take speech. Well, I ended up really enjoying it. I learned a lot. So sometimes, you know, you can think, well, I don't know if I can do that. That's just like making these videos. I wasn't sure I could make these videos when I first started, but it's just like teaching, okay? So if you want to be a teacher, practice talking in front of people, practice speaking, do some volunteer work sometimes that you can have a chance to talk to people, and then you won't be tongue-tied, okay? Because it's a very common problem for many people, and that's one of the reasons it's good to get up in front of people and talk. In my face-to-face class, if you've ever been to that or if you're interested in coming, we have that on Tuesday and Thursday mornings from 8:30 to 9:45. And if you're in my face-to-face class, from time to time, not all the time, but people have assignments, and they have to get up in front of the whole class and say, either give a report about something or a summary or talk about something. And that's not a bad thing to do. And I know it's difficult in another language, very difficult, but it's possible. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you will be. So you won't get tongue-tied if you have to get up in front of people. Okay? So, okay. Over the moon is the next one. If you are over the moon I guess represents wonderfulness or happiness or something. To be absolutely delighted or happy. Now you wouldn't say delightful, because that means that you are causing it. But if you say delighted, that means something else is causing it. So if you are over the moon, sometimes we say it, I'm over the moon with my grandchildren. Okay, that's a pretty common one. Or over the moon. I've seen it on charms even. Over the moon, meaning that you cause me to have a lot of happiness. Okay, if you are absolutely delighted or happy, you're over the moon. Okay, and it can be different kinds of things. Usually it has to do with people, but it can be other things. You may get a new puppy or a new car or something, or a new house, okay? And you're over the moon about it. So that means you're really happy or delighted. Okay, delighted. Okay, this is similar to this one here. To think the world of someone, to admire and respect. This one is if you are or someone means the world to you, if you mean the world to someone else, that means to be very important or precious to someone. So if someone says to you, you mean the world to me, okay, that means that you are very precious to that person. Or if I tell someone, you mean the world to me, okay, or you are the world to me, that means that you think that they are so important and precious to you, important and precious, that your life, a lot of it centers around that person. So it's similar to this one. This one, you think the world of someone. This one, it's very similar, but we use the other words for it. We say, you are the world, or you mean the world to me. Okay, so tear your hair out. That's something, you're tearing your hair out at learning English. You're upset about it or something, so just relax. If you think the world of someone, that means you admire or respect them a lot. If you're tongue-tied, you can't speak because you're so nervous about something that you can't think of the right words, or embarrassed. Sometimes people get embarrassed about something. Over the moon is a good thing. It means that you're really happy or delighted. And to be or to mean the world to me, and sometimes it can be an action. We might say it's a person. We might say, my husband means the world to me. Or it might be like, thank you for the beautiful gift. It means the world to me, which means that you're trying to tell them thank you, that it made you extremely happy, or it was very important for you to be remembered that way. So, okay. Next time we're going to do a review of all of them, but those are the 25 that we, if you've watched the previous videos, because I was trying to do like 5 every day, so that means this is the 5th day that we've had them, or the 5th time that we've had this in that same category, because I think there's so many different categories. The next one's going to be more about kind of like a spring one. So, okay. Let's go on, and we have been studying, let me put this up here, and take this down, I think, yeah. So you can see over here, because we have been studying irregular past tense verbs. And we've had 6 different groups, I guess it is, okay? I'm going to put some of the, maybe I won't put all of them from each group, but some from each group. The first one, the verb had an I sound, like the word begin, okay? Begin. Let me give you another one. Drink. I'm just going to circle this because that's all of them. Drink. What's another one from there? Sing. See, all of those I's have an I sound. Swim. I'll just put this many up here. But all of the first group, their past tense form, the short I has an A sound for the past tense. These are irregular, okay? I guess I should put up here. Irregular past tense. Irregular past tense verbs. And that's what we're looking at. Sorry about it, kind of doesn't always go in the right place. In fact, I'm going to change that last. I'm going to put past tense verbs. Okay. So what we're looking at is we had 6 different categories. The first one has a verb that has a I sound. So began is the past of begin. What's the past of drink then? Drank. Drank. The past of sing, sang. See, these are all irregular. We don't say drinked or singed or beginned. We say began, drank, sang, and the last one, we don't say swimmed, we say swam. Okay, remember all of these past tense verbs are irregular, all of them. Okay, we had a second group. I'm kind of just giving you a few of them. The second group, the past tense verb, all had an ought sound. So like the present tense, if it's buy, bought, and these you have to just kind of, they don't have the present tense or the infinitive form of the verb are all different. Buy is one, bring, maybe I'll put all of these because it was strange that they were looking at the past tense, we're trying to figure it out, and why they didn't have these all the same. These are easier to figure out because these are the same and those are the same, okay? The past tense of bring is brought. Another one that we had for that category is catch. Another one that we had was teach. Another one we had was fight. This is kind of a review, but it's important to do that. Another one that we had was think. Now I realize that has the it sound, like drink, but we don't say think, because that's another word in English, okay? It has a different meaning, so the past tense is different. And the last one we had was seek. Okay, so all of the past tense, irregular past tense of these words have the ought, this kind of a sound. So some have a different spelling a little bit, but the past tense of catch, what's that? If you watched before, it's caught, caught. Even though it's spelled with an AU instead of an O, it's pronounced the very same way. Bought, brought, caught. Spelled or pronounced the same way. This one, past tense of teach, taught. taught. Fight, the past tense is fought. Fought. And it's important to know these past tense. For all the irregulars, you really have to, there's no regular rule. They just put them into groups. You have to just kind of learn them, okay? Use them often. Say that, you know, yesterday the cats had a fight. Okay, they had a fight. Yesterday the cats fought. Okay, if you say, yesterday I thought I was going to wash my car, or something like that. But I didn't, okay? Think and thought. And the last one, seek, sought. So that you just have to kind of memorize them. And the best way to do that is to use them often. Maybe write some sentences if you have trouble. Take the verbs themselves and write something about last week or yesterday or last year or earlier in my life or something like that. Something that happened, past tense is something that happened before right now. Okay, the third category is, and this one is another one you have to just memorize, okay? All of these are the same, whether they're present tense or past tense. So you have to know just which you're using, okay? Cost, the past tense is cost. Today, when I bought milk, it cost $1.35. Yesterday or last week when I bought milk, it cost $1.25 or something like that, because you're talking about one is present, one is past. It's the same word, pronounced the same and everything. All of these. Earlier I said read and read. Well, they're ones that they're spelled the same, but they're pronounced differently. All of these, it's the exact same word, okay? Cost is one, so cut is another one. What's the past tense? Cut, that's right. I hope you got that correct. Another one is hit. It's not hitted, okay? He hit the ball out of the park or something like that in baseball. Last week he hit the ball out of the park, okay? So it's whether it's hit and hit, same word, same pronunciation. Hurt is the same way. We wouldn't say, she hurted me. No, she hurt me. Okay, another one is put, okay? I put the clothes in the dryer. Last week when I washed clothes, I put the clothes in the dryer. Not putted. None of these. Remember, the regular form would add a T and an ED, but it's not putted, it's put. It's the same thing, same thing. We don't say costed or cutted, hitted, no. We don't say any of those. Hurted, putted, no. It's all the same word, which you just have to kind of memorize them, see what they are. Just as I said, shut is another one. Okay. This morning he shut the door. That was past tense. Tomorrow he will shut the door. Same word. Okay, and the last one in this category is let. Yesterday she let her children play in the playground or something like that. Okay, tomorrow she will let the children play in the playground. So it's the same word for all of these. And sometimes that's really hard to remember those things, okay? The fourth category that we had, okay. And if you need to see some of these, go back to some of the videos before this one today, because you will see, because we've done these I'm just adding on to them, but I'm doing a review first. This one, all of the present tense end in D. Lend, send, bend, spend, and build. Okay. The present tense ends in a D, and the irregular past tense ends in a T. So it's a D to a T. Okay, so lend becomes, do you know, remember? Lent, right? I lent him my car for today. Lend. I will lend him the car again next week. Send, I sent a letter to my sister. Sent. I will send a card next week. Bend is bent. He will bend the branch, or the branch. Yesterday the branch bent a lot. Spend. Oops, I put the present. Spent. Okay. We spent a lot of money at the mall. And if I say, I don't want to spend much money, but we spent a lot of money at the mall. Okay, and the last one, we will build our house. They built their house last year. Okay. There was one I was thinking of right in here. Okay. There's some other verbs, because as I was doing those 4 that have the END, I thought of the one that says mend, which means to fix something. But that's not, see, they don't include that because we don't say meant. Meant is another word in English. I meant, it's another present tense verb. It's spelled a little differently, but so if you say, will you mend this jacket for me? And when you're finished, say, I mended it. That's a regular one. Okay, but these are irregular. All these other ones are irregular. So you just have to know that it's lend, lent, send, sent, bend, bent, spend, spent, build, built. Okay, and the group number 5, again, it's one that's has a base form that sounds like E, and the past tense, irregular past tense, sounds like a eh. So here's examples. Feel is one. See the E sound there? Keep is another. Sleep. Do you remember the past tense verbs of these words? Meet. No, these are all spelled with 2 E's, but here's one that's not, but we have the same thing. Leave. Okay, and here is where we find read. Okay. And that one they included in here because the past tense has a S sound. Okay, can you tell me what the past tense of feel? Okay, today I feel great. Yesterday I felt sick. Okay, felt, yeah, yesterday. Those are examples. I was not sick yesterday. Feel and past tense is felt. Keep. Did you keep your book? Yes, I kept. See, they have the F. These all have the E sound. These will all have the S sound, okay? I kept my book. Did you sleep well last night? Yes, I slept very well Okay? Did you meet my brother? Did you meet my brother, or will you meet my brother? I met him yesterday. Met. Meet and met. Leave. Okay? I will leave the room after class. Yesterday, I left the room after class. All those have the S sound. Read. Will you read another book today? Last week, I read 2 books. Okay? Feel, felt. Keep, kept. Sleep, slept. Meet, met. Leave, left. Read, read. Okay? Sometimes they end in a T, sometimes in a D. But they all have that E sound and then the S sound. Okay, and the group number 6, I think we covered that. We might have gone over it really quickly. But the verb, the present tense verb, or you'd say the infinitive form of the verb, has an O sound. So, one of them is blow, grow. They all have an O sound. Know and throw. There's only 4 in this group. Now, the past tense has an U sound. U, ew, ew. Not a U sound, but it's a ew, ew. So you say blue, and actually, some of the times, oops, it has an EW, blue. This blue sounds just like the actual sound is supposed to be blue, like a ew, which is different than blue, the color. Most of the time we don't make a difference between the sound. Sometimes, I know that I'm a singer, so sometimes when singing you say new instead of, well, no, because there's another new. The N-E-W and the K-N-E-W sound the very same, okay? But blow and blue, grow and grew, right? Grew. She grew 5 inches last summer. Will she grow more this summer? I know your mother. Did you, I say, and I also knew your grandmother. Okay, so if you say, I know your mother, that means right now I do. But if I say, I knew your grandmother, then your grandmother probably is not alive anymore, okay, because it's something in the past. Throw, threw. He threw the ball to third base. Will he throw the ball to second base soon? Okay, so those are the 6 that we've had already. I don't have room up here for the 7th, so I'm going to erase the first ones because there's 9 in all. So today I'm just going to do number 7. I'm going to add that, but then next time we're going to do more here. Okay, 7. Now this is the past tense. Again, the present tense is different. They're all different. But the past tense all have the O sound. Just like this, these all have the O in the present tense. But I'm going to put the verbs up here because there's several of them. Okay? Oops. Break is 1. I hope my watch doesn't break. You say, oh, my watch broke. See, it's spelled differently and it has the long O sound. Okay? See how these are different? Choose is another one. Doesn't sound like break, does it? But the past tense has the O sound. And it's almost spelled the same way, chose. But it has just one O instead of 2 of them. So choose is present tense, chose is the past tense, and I'm putting that over there. You don't use that when you spell it, but just to let you know the pronunciation. Break, broke. Choose, chose. He chose his outfit yesterday. Okay, the next one is sell. The past tense is, do you know? Sold. Did you sell your car? We sold our car. Okay, the next one is like sell, but it's tell. I bet you know what it is, right? Told. Good. It's like the one right before it. Told. Here's another one. Speak. That doesn't sound like any of them, but even though it's spelled kind of like break, this is break, this is speak. Okay? The past is spoke. Spoke. The next one is steal. Now this EA has an E sound like speak. The past tense is stole. There's 4 more, I guess. Drive is another one. The past is, I bet you know that one, drove. We drove to the store. Will you drive to the store? How about the word ride? Road. Sounds just like road is the past tense verb. Road, R-O-A-D, is the noun. Okay. Wake. What time did you wake up today? I woke up at 6 o'clock. And the last one is write. What is the past of write? Wrote. He wrote a letter to his friend. Break, broke. Choose, chose. Sell, sold. Tell, told. Speak, spoke. Steal, stole. Drive, drove. Ride, rode. Wake, woke. Write, and wrote. Okay, more irregular past tense verbs. And of course the reason we're doing this is so they will really get into your brain and you can practice them. Use them whenever you can because it's a really good thing to practice. And I know sometimes, because they're irregular, you can't add an ED to them and make it, we wouldn't say righted or stealed, or something like that. Speaked, no. They're irregular, so they follow different rules than the others. Okay, we've come to the end of the lesson for today. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've learned something and written them down and practiced them. And I will see you again next time, okay? Have a great day. Bye.